As we continue our informative series with Dr. Mats, a technical specialist from MSD Animal Health, the makers of BRAVECTO, we are putting the spotlight on our canine companions. And today we are talking about how we can protect our dogs from the elements. Dr. Mats, good morning.
Good morning.
You know what, when it comes to the dogs, they have their fur coats, but how important is it to protect them during the winter and summer months?
I think very rightly so. I mean, we have clothes, they don't, so immediately they become exposed to everything that we are not. For dogs living indoors, it's a lot easier, so they kind of have a similar environment to us. But for the dogs living outdoors, you need kennels, you need possibly a heating source, especially during winter. And that can be something as infrared light, or it can be a blanket or something like that. It can be quite a simple thing to do.
Now, you mentioned what, some of the things are that owners can do during winter, but what other, forms or kinds of protections can dog owners take?
I think something like, especially during winter, something like a doggy jacket or a little jersey is important. You can have that, especially for your thin-skinned animals. Mm-hmm. In dogs, your chihuahuas, whippets, your greyhounds, they tend to have a much thinner skin, so they tend to get a lot more sensitive and more to the cold. Just be aware that once you put those jacket on, you must have a little safety clip on, so it's a quick release. So if it gets caught on something, they can release themselves.
Okay. And in the summer months, I suppose what would then be the best way to protect them?
In summer, I think a lot of it goes around the sun and the exposure to sun, so having a shaded area always available and a lot of fresh water available.
Okay. And, why is it that there are certain breeds that are more affected by weather conditions than others?
I think it has to do with their size. Your smaller animals tend to have a higher metabolic rate, so they might tend to get warmer quickly, but also the thickness of their skin. So some of the breeds like Chihuahuas and Whippets have got a much thinner skin. So in terms of burning and sensitivity to the sun, it'll be different. Sure.
And as a dog owner, how do you know, let's say I do put a little jacket on my dog for winter. How do I know that, maybe he's overheating? Is there signs, some telltale signs?
I think a classic reason, if you look at these dogs, if they start panting, and that's a definite sign. Increased water drinking, that's a good sign as well. Or just pacing around, just trying to cool themselves down.
Okay.
They can't sweat like we can,
no.
So they just use their tongues.
Okay. Keep that in mind. Dr. Mats, thank you so much for that. So not only will a good cuddle with your canine companion brighten your mood, but it also is a good way to keep each other warm in the colder months. So make sure to watch our next BRAVECTO segment where we look at how to recognize and treat pain in dogs.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Well, we know that winter is a time where we try and make sure that we're comfortable, we're warm, and our health is well taken care of. Well, the same principle applies to our pets as well. So as a pet owner, you can bite back this winter with BRAVECTO and win. BRAVECTO is giving away a year's supply of BRAVECTO as well as a year of pet insurance to not one, not two, but to 10 lucky winners. Now, to enter, all you need to do is buy BRAVECTO from any vet clinic or vet store and then SMS your name and the last 4 digits of the barcode to this number. It's 45969. SMSs cost R1.50 and entries close on the 15th of September 2017. Visit www.bravecto.co.za or expressoshow.com to find out more.
For your extraordinary pet, you need extraordinary care. Give your dog 12 weeks protection against ticks and fleas in just one tasty treat with BRAVECTO.